It's time for the talking to stop and the fighting to start. This should be good. I'm Todd Grisham, and next to me for the broadcast, the one and only Johnny Nelson.
The pleasure's always mine, my friend.
Time for our tale of the tape. And introducing first, El Nino de Oro. It's Jorge Linares. Tipped the scales at 118 pounds even. He's 5'8" with a reach of 68.9 inches. And he'll be facing Jorge Linares, who's not only a great fighter, but he's brilliant. He speaks Spanish because he's from Venezuela, Japanese because he lives in Japan, and English just because. Only weighing in at 118 pounds, 5'8" inches tall, with a reach of about 70 inches.
This is it. This is that fight. This is that argument. I don't know what to expect.
El Nino de Oro, Jorge Linares, one of the greatest fighters in the history. El Nino.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, from Barinas, Venezuela, a renowned 3-division champion of the world, El Nino de Oro, Jorge Linares. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Barinas, Venezuela, a renowned 3-division champion of the world, Jorge Linares.
So much hype surrounding this big matchup. Can't wait to see what goes down when the opening bell rings. All right. The build-up to this fight has been incredible. Both of these men verbally sparring for weeks, and now they get it on for real. Jorge Linares is in some serious trouble. Weathered the storm. How? I'm not sure.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Nice job getting that punch through. Nice counter. That counter punch caught him clean. Straight right just misses. Can't score with that jab. You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
And this one has all of those big fight feels you want from a prize fight. Here we go.
You have some fighters that are big show, big arena fighters, and they bask in this, they love this, they are born for this. You have other fighters where this would be like the rabbit in the headlights.
A lot of effort being exerted here. Those counter punches have to hurt. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. What would you tell this guy if he's got to do something different?
Every second, every minute of this fight is important.
Here we go, round 2. Who's going to land the first big shot? Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab. Rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Good defense there to stop that hook. And he scores with the counter. A counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
Counter punch is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counter puncher, they're the people that make their history of that.
Let's watch that again and replay from a different angle.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
So they're back on their feet, but let's see how much they have left in the tank.
The corner needs to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
Good punch. Jab does not score. They're happy this round's coming to an end. 10 seconds left. The corner hasn't thrown in the towel yet, so I guess he's coming out for another round.
Unbelievable.
There's the bell to start round 3. It's been a nightmare so far. What can they do to turn this around?
2 knockdowns, and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs would feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
This fight has a real good flow to it. He threw a punch and just got countered. A perfect counter shot. Well done with that counter shot. How about that time counter shot? Tried to score with a jab. For those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
They block the jab. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. That uppercut doesn't get through. Defense is not an option for these two. Punch, counter punch. No secret who has the advantage after that. Back at it in round 4. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
And shoot. Did well to block that right hook. It's all offense all the time. Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? Johnny, as you know, there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive.
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or...
Oh, my God, Johnny! The Venezuelan is rocked. No, we don't see a knockdown.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Only catching air with that hook. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. boxing judging. Things are starting to heat up now as we enter the fifth. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Didn't land that jab. You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Trying to land that jab. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? Look at the swelling and the bruising. They're going to take a look, and they may stop this fight. A little bit of a surprise here as the referee says we can continue. A very competitive round. We've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but it might come down to who's in better shape. This is the beginning of round 6. They let it all hang out in the last round. What do they got left?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
They exchange punches. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
What you've got to do, Tony, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You've just got to put in a guess.
Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Jorge Linares seeing cobwebs now. We almost saw a knockout a second ago, and now they're going toe-to-toe.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
And you knew this was coming. They're going to take a knee.
Best thing the fighter did. Otherwise, you know what? Pride's going to get you knocked out.
7, 8.
Both men step back for just a moment. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Now you start wondering how much work these two fighters did in the gym.
There's a lot on the line here.
Here comes round 7. Was 1 minute enough time for them to recover after what we saw last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
You've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses. How do you deal with it?
So you're getting in there with somebody that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking because you've got to get some before you get in close.
Incredible work rate. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Perfectly matched, skillful.
Well, Johnny, complete and total domination, a stoppage victory. How do you rate the performance?
A TKO, we've got to see it again. Because TKOs, they finish the story too early. It's like being kicked out of a club before the night's done. We want to get a full...
There's nothing quite like a fight at the Empire Fight Camp. I'm Todd Grisham, and here with me, my broadcast colleague, it's Johnny Nelson.
I feel like a fraud. How have I got these ringside seats?
And now it's time for our tale of the tape. It's David Benavidez, 188. It's the Mexican monster, David Benavidez, turned pro at the young age of 16 years old, and by the age of 20, became the youngest ever super middleweight champion, and now has titles in 2 different weight classes. Carl the Cobra Froch, one of the greatest super middleweight champions of all time, fighting out of Nottingham, United Kingdom.
This is going to be an intense standoff before the fight.
This bout is
a lot of We have high hopes and aspirations for this fight. So he's going to drop his arms down here. Not sure that's the wisest decision. And it's survival time for David Benavidez. I don't believe what we're seeing here.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Whoa, Johnny, take a look at this action. The Mexican monster's in trouble. Disaster averted.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough, tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Benavidez might be ready to go. And David Benavidez is on the canvas. I think that will look even more dramatic in slow motion.
I've got to see that again.
Well, they're back up on their feet, but I'm not sure why.
He's got to waste time. Get a step behind the referee. When he comes in close, tie him up. The referee's then got to paw you. Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it. Because if you let him jump back on you again...
Whoa, Johnny, out of nowhere. Look at this. And the Mexican monster might be ready to finally go... Oh, my goodness. I want to see that one more time.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4.
talk about David Benavidez in that last round. His legs are gone, but somehow he's... Well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. Gotta be feeling confident heading into this round after knocking their opponent down twice.
2 knockdowns in that last round. There'll be sheer panic in that corner. What do? Do they throw the towel in? Do they let him come back out again? Because they know their fighter is like a lamb to the slaughter.
Throws the jab, but does not score. How will these two fighters handle the outdoors? We're fighting under the sun here for this big showdown.
This is taking boxing back to its roots. Outside, where you've got the crowd there, you can hear everything. You've got the breeze of the wind. You've got the heat of the sun. You know when you're doing this? Your feet are on fire. They're on fire in the ring.
Nice hook. The left hook scores. David Benavidez might be ready to go. Wow, that seemed to be the punch he was looking for. Let's watch it again.
That's like...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you're out.
You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Todd Grisham, and we are live here at the one-of-a-kind Empire Fight Camp. Alongside me, English fighting legend Johnny Nelson.
Todd, always a play.
Vasily the Matrix Lomachenko. Well, I hope you brought... Here we go for round one. Misses with the straight. I want to see that again, but from a different angle.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
Can't believe they managed to beat the count, but that could be the last hurrah.
Oh, he can smell blood. Look at that. He's put in round once. He knows what shot works and where to land it. Then try and do it again. He's just not got to get trigger after.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. The jab not finding its target. He's got the... Down goes Lomachenko. How about that technique on that headshot? Let's see it again and appreciate it more.
A shot from the gods took him out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Are you okay?
So they'll make it up, and this fight continues.
Look at his corner. Look for the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee. Save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the corner. Somehow get to the end of the round.
So final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp. Let's talk about Loma in that last round.
They believe their fighter has it in the tank.
Get your mind back, get your focus back, get back.
Here we go, it's round 2. We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. Scotland's ever produced is in trouble. I thought we were going to see the finish there.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
And he scores with the counter. It is a sunny and hot day, and no, we're not inside. No air conditioning, or air con, as they say in the UK.
This is taking boxing back to its roots. Outside, where you've got the crowd there, you can hear everything. You've got the breeze of the wind. You've got the heat of the sun. You know when you're doing this? Your feet are on fire. They're on fire in the ring.
Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
He blocks the right hook. A perfect counter lands. Missing with the left hook. Big whiff with the right hook. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Loma in that last round. They've got the momentum. They've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
You can't...
Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
One punch could change the entire complexion of this fight. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Nice defense on that left uppercut. Well done with that counter shot. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
He threw a punch and just got countered. A lot of effort being exerted here. He misses with that straight left. Good counter punching. It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Loma in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
On to the fourth we go. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab. Rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then, put the pressure on.
They exchange punches. Uh-oh, Lomachenko just got rocked. Lomachenko goes down. Cue up the replay machine. I have got to see that again.
Shot from the gods, they say.
1, 2, 3.